please share your preferred morning greeting in the chat. Say good morning to your family. Let us know how you feeling on a scale of 1 through 10. How's your mindset this morning? Scale of 1 through 10. Let's get it. Good morning, Bree. Morning, Bree. I see you. Richard, I see you on 10. My God. Good, good, good. As you pull up in the room, y'all, please drop your preferred morning greeting in the chat so we can properly greet you and let us know on a scale of 1 through 10 how you feeling. Takesha says she's on 10. Happy sunrise to you. Oh, that's a new one. That's a new one. I like that one. We hear the grand rising. We hear the top of the morning, top of the money, right? Happy sunrise. Good, good. Richard said, I'm doing great. Looking forward to the day before. For sure, for sure. Today gonna be a great day too. I'm calling that for everybody. We all gotta claim it. Come on, climb in the room, family. Let us know how you doing on the scale of 1 through 10. Let's get our check-in going and drop your preferred morning greeting in the chat. Monique said Grand Rising on 10. Love that. Wanda is on 10 too. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. I'm just gonna get like one more minute or so as we continue to say our greetings to each other to allow the rest of the family to start climbing in the room. But while we do that, I'm gonna let you guys know that today we on H. If this is your first time here on this Monday morning mindset movement call, it's a little bit different. It's a movement. It's not just a motivational call. We like to continue growing throughout the week, right? And so the first week we had a fire introduction where we just broke down the difference between mindset and motivation and how much more important mindset is because motivation fades is temporary and our mindset is something that we got to condition so that we can continue to embody that all throughout our not just our day, not just our week, but our life in general, right? Um, and then week two, we jump right into it, right? It started off with just the ABC, something easy for us to remember, which was adverse, belief, and choice. And then we just kept building on that, y'all. We went from adversity, the things that we face, the things that we see as problematic, and then the belief that we develop behind what we see, right? And then after we develop that belief, we have a choice. We could choose to either go one way or another, right? But we didn't want to stop there. So we said, we're going to keep going. And we went with D. D was the decision. And the decision means that once we decide we're going to do something, we cut off all other options. And then after D came E because we made a decision. That's one thing. You can make a decision in our mind, but E stood for execute. We had to actually act on that, right? And so sometimes when we executed, things tend to get in our way, right? We Whether that's true or not, because if I'm just being honest and we always let it be honest, we family, somebody put family in the chat, right? We open, honest, and transparent with each other. Sometimes we make excuses, right? We say, I couldn't do this because this person or that made me mad or he or she got in my way or whatever the case may be, but it don't really always be that, right? So after we made the decision and we started to execute, we had to go ahead and filter, y'all. So when we filtered, we had to eliminate the people that were slowing us down, the people that are in our way, the people that weren't on the same type of time we were on. And when I say that, I don't mean just like cut off your family if that's somebody in your family or if that's like your close friend or whatever the case may be. It's just being able to allow to come through was supposed to be there and then just filtering out what's not supposed to be there, right? What's not supposed to be present around you. And then G was for growth because once we filtered everything out, we got rid of all those excuses. There was nothing left for us to do besides grow. And one of the things that I always talk about growth, and I love to remind the people, is that everything in life, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's the bird in the trees, if it's the tree, if it's the bees, if it's you, whatever it is, the very moment it stops growing, it stops dying, y'all. The very moment it stops growing, it stops dying. So when we understand that, we understand that we gotta continue to grow every single day, every single moment of every single day if we can, right? Because if we choose better, we live better. And for the rest of the family that's just jumping in the room, please drop your preferred morning greeting in the chat and let us know how your mindset is on a scale of 1 to 10 this morning, this beautiful Monday morning, right? It's beautiful Monday morning. And we love Mondays because Mondays is one of the days of the week that everybody used to dread. Well, I won't speak for everybody, but most people dread Mondays, the beginning of the week. We got to go back to work. Some of us, we got to do, it's the start of the week. And we wanted to change that narrative. And for a lot of us in the room, we have been able to change that narrative. We look forward to these Monday calls. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So yeah, if you just jumping in the room, we just went through everything that we've been through in the past, as far as the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and today we on H, and H is for habit, y'all. Habit is very powerful, very, very powerful because the habits you develop can either make you or break you, right? They can either make you or break you. And before we get to through the video, if you're new here, what we do is we dissect the video. Deontay, I see you on 10, Dominique on 10. Good, good, good. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Good morning to you. I'm glad y'all well. What we do is I play a video, quick video. We watch it, we look for the lesson in it, we look to see what we can extract from the video, and then I give opportunity for a couple of members, if you choose to speak upon what you've seen, what you found from that, if it resonate with you, um, if you identify with something in the video, you go and share, help us to get your clarity or your understanding on that video, so that we can get a very, very well-rounded growth session, y'all. All right, but one of the things that I do love to do every Monday is I do take the time and I read to y'all because I love reading, right? Reading is fundamental, and the world be moving so fast that we don't always get an opportunity to read every day. Some of us, right? So I'm gonna share that with y'all. And so today, what I'm gonna read is coming from The Power of the Word. And by the words thou shalt be justified, and by the words thou shalt be condemned. Condemned, excuse me. Words have power. And actually, this is the book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. You say a person knowing the power of the word becomes very careful of his conversation. He has only to watch the reaction of his words to know that they do not return void. Though through his spoken word, man is continually making laws for himself, right? That's the power of the turn. My guy Glenn on 8, we're gonna get you on 10 before you leave. God willing. That is the goal. We want to leave on 10. But one more time, a person knowing the power of the word becomes very careful of his conversation. He has only to watch the reaction of his words to know what they do, not return void. Through his word, through his spoken word, man is continually making laws for himself, right? We got to be careful what we say, how we speak, when we talk, because the things that we say, they actually either condemn or they free us, right? Because y'all know that term stand on that. Y'all ever heard stand on business or whatever the case may be? It's sometimes like when we say stuff, and humans, we stubborn. Y'all know we can get stubborn at times. Sometimes we say things, most of the time we say a lot of things that we really don't mean. But whether we mean those things or not, oftentimes when we say those things, they have power. They cause an effect, right? And that effect, we can't necessarily take it back, y'all. So we got to really be careful. We got to choose our words wisely. And sometimes the things that we say repeatedly, we'll begin to believe, whether it's true or not. We can trick ourselves. The mind is a very, very tricky thing, right? But anyway, without further ado, let me stop running my mouth and let me go ahead and start sharing this video with you guys so we can go ahead and break it down. Now, what I am going to do, though, honestly, I'm going to share two videos because the video that I had at first, I was like, I really don't, you know.
In Atomic Habits,
We watched Eric Thomas last week, and he had us all turned up. I don't want to come with this little video, this little boring video, but it's very powerful when they talk about habits. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share it anyway, and then I'm gonna share another video with y'all. We put a screen up. And as I share the video, let me know, put a one in the chat if you can actually hear the video. So I know we all on the same page, y'all.
James Clear teaches.
And this dude talking fast too, by the way. He talking fast.
In Atomic Habits, James Clear teaches us how to build better habits and break our bad ones so that we can live our best lives. Here are my 5 key lessons from the book. 1. Small habits lead to big changes. If you get 1% better each day, you'll get 37 times better by the end of the year. As James writes, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. 2. If you want better results, focus on systems, not on goals. Goals are about the results you want to achieve, but systems are about the processes that get to those results. 3, if you want to change your habits, focus on who you want to be rather than what you want to achieve. When a habit comes from who we are, we're far more motivated to actually get what we want. 4, follow the 4 laws of behavior change. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. And 5, be patient. To see meaningful results, our habits need to persist for long enough. If you like this, you'll love my full video about the book Atomic Habits. Check it out on my channel, link down below. In Atomic Habits, James Clear teaches us how to build better habits and break our bad ones so that we can live our best lives. Here are my 5 key lessons from the book. 1, small habits lead to big changes. If you get 1% better each day, you'll get 37 times better by the end of the year. As James writes, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. 2, if you want better results, focus on systems, not on goals. Goals are about the results you want to achieve, but systems are about the processes that get to those results. 3, if you want to change your habits, focus on who you want to be rather than what you want to achieve. When a habit comes from who we are, we're far more motivated to actually get what we want. 4, follow the 4 laws of behavior change. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. And 5, be patient. To see meaningful results, our habits need to persist for long enough. If you like this, you'll love my full video about the book Atomic Habits. Check it out on my channel, link down below. In Atomic Habits.
Now, I don't know about everybody else, but like I'm a man of numbers. I love numbers, right? So the first thing when I watched this video, the first thing that stood out to me, he said, if you get 1 time better every single day, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. I'm like, damn, I'm pretty sure it's 365 days in a year, right? I'm pretty sure it's 365 days in a year. So I'm like, if I'm getting 1 times better every day, how am I only getting 37 times better in a year, right? And even though I love numbers, I really wasn't interested in breaking down that math. I'm like, I'm not finna see what type of equation he came up with. Was it algebra? Was it calculus? I really don't care. Statistics, whatever. It had to be statistics, right? But then I started thinking, I'm like, well, shit. If at the end of the year, I'm 37 times better than I am now, how good would I be? Or how great would I be if you great, right? That's one of the things you have to ask yourself. If you can be 37 times better at the end of the year, how much better would you be? Right? Has anybody ever felt like, and be honest, throughout a year that you felt like you started the year, at the end of the year, you was like 30 times better than you ever were, like 37 times better, right? Or even twice as better. I'm gonna see who gonna be honest, open, and transparent in the chat. Now, and here's the reason why I'm asking is because we all know every single year they had this thing, this New Year's resolution. Everybody say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then at the end of the year they are the same person. They don't make those changes, right? So when you think about and you consider that, think about how powerful it is to actually become 37 times better than you were at the end of the year. That's a whole lot of getting better, right? But it's a lot easier if we doing stuff daily. We constantly doing daily and we developing those habits. I have Atomic Habits and it has helped me extremely. It's an amazing read. Y'all better run and go get it. No, for sure. For sure. When I seen it, I'm like, I gotta go get that book. I haven't read it. I don't have it, but I definitely gotta get it. Richard said last year I definitely left the you say the due to intrinsic and extrinsic challenges and obstacles. Nah, for sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. Inside and outside. No, for sure, for sure. Now, now that we got that out the way, y'all, and he was breaking some stuff down. He was really technical, right? And I know it's early, it's morning. It's like, we ain't got time for all of that equations and sitting down and going technical. That's really why I wanted to choose another video for us to watch as well. That was a little bit different than that one. And I'm gonna go ahead and share that video with y'all right now.
What actually makes a tool rollout succeed? Most companies think a rollout is just
Never
planning a
mind
new
these
system
ads,
and
y'all.
sending out a training deck. But that's
Don't skip that.
I got to try because I'm a soldier, always a soldier. I go from one battlefield to another. It's what I do. It's what I am. But you're not like me. How'd you see that? First time I met you, I said to myself, this young man can do anything he wants. That's the biggest curse a man can have. Curse. I have no choice. I do what I am. But you, Businessman, rabbi, drug dealer, all in you. So wants to come on. I go from war to war.
But I like how they zoomed in at the end. He said it, man, like you has the war inside, man. You can see it in this dude's eyes, right? How many of us got the war inside?
You know, my
And
father used to say,
who feel like you ain't got a choice, right? Who feel like you ain't got a choice, and who feel like you can do anything? Who feel like you can do anything? Let me know in the chat if you feel like you can do anything, right? You feel like you can do anything. You have the power to do anything that you want to do. And if you feel like you don't really have much of a choice, you can just put one in the chat, right? I feel like I could do anything I put my mind to. Facts. I believe you. I believe you can 100%. Come on, y'all wake up. Who else? Who else feel like they can do anything? Or who feel like they don't really have much of a choice at times? My guy said, I know I can do anything. Love that. Love that. That mindset be on 10. He becoming Richard mindset be on 10. He be locked in. Anybody else? Anybody else? And while we put it in the chat, here's the thing I want to consider, right? Is because just because we can do anything don't mean we should, right? So how do we decide what things that we actually do? Because we talk about great, that we're great, right? Some of us, myself, is great at a lot of things that I shouldn't be great at, right? Bree said, I can do everything. Good, good. Some of us are great at things that we shouldn't be great at. And the reason why we get great at those things that we shouldn't be great at is because we developed a habit, right? And a habit you develop, you do it over and over and over again. It's repetition, right? You become good at it. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. We become good at those things that we spend our time doing. Now, here's what I want to tell you first and foremost, right? First and foremost, when we watched that video the first time around, I just wanted y'all to see it. And I'm gonna play it again. You know, we always like to play the video again. Wanda says she can do anything. Good, 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 good. If you just joined us, you just came in the room, please drop 1 through 10. How your mindset doing and your preferred morning ingredient in the chat, right? So the second time when I play the video, I want you to count in your head like how many of the things that you pick up that he said, right? And how many of those things that you think about or that you do consistently, like not actually trying to do, you just consistently do it, right? Whether it's like I tell myself that I can't do anything, or I tell myself I can't do anything, or if the war is inside of me, or whatever that may be, I want you to watch this video this time with a different mindset, right? We already seen it, we already know what the message is and all that. And we all know that every time we see something, the second time around, we see something different, y'all. Right. And so for the people that didn't speak the first time around, I want to hear from y'all the second time around, right? Maybe we didn't catch it the first time. Maybe we'll catch it this time.
Websites your competitors don't want you to know. Part two. All you do is go to this website, and it lets you find out exactly.
Don't go to that website.
never had a time. Because I'm a soldier. Always a soldier. I go from one battlefield to another. It's what I do. It's what I am. But you're not like me. How'd you see that? First time I met you, I said to myself, this young man can do anything he wants. It's the biggest curse a man can have. Curse. I have no choice. I do what I am. But you can do it. Teach. Businessman. Rabbi. Drug dealer. All in you. So wants to come out. I go from war to war.
All right, y'all, listen. Did you get something different this time around? Was the message different? Let me know. I'm a soldier. I'm saying I'm a soldier. Did you get a different message this time around? If you did, please put a yes in the chat. Because the first time we looked at the video, we looked at it through one lens. This time we should have been more intentful, y'all. Yes, okay. I got a yes in the chat, right? I got a yes in the chat. Somebody care to tell me what they get that was different this time around? Takesha said yes. She got something different this time around. And if we was to watch the video for a third time, do you think that you would get something even different than what we just got this second time around, right? He got war inside of him, right? Okay, cool. That stands out for sure, right? For sure. That's like when people say they got that dog in them, they got that fight in them, right? But when we watch the video, because we're gonna watch the video one more time, because y'all guarantee you're gonna get something completely different than the first two times you got, especially when I unpack this, when I break this down, right? The war inside. First of all, I want you guys to understand that this was a teacher and a student, right? The man was teaching, the student was learning. And throughout the video, the student, he said he was quiet, but he asked questions and they were one word questions. He said, how? You see that, right? And then he said, curse. The man said that. That's a curse. He said, curse, right? So when he was talking about a curse, he was talking about himself first. He said, I go from war to war, right? He said, I don't. And then at the end, he told the guy, he said, you got a war inside of you. After telling him he could be anything, he could do anything, anything that he wanted to do, right? So for those of us who looked at it like, "Ooh, I got that war in me. I got that war inside of me." Right? That's a conflict. That's conflicting. To have that war inside of you is not really a great thing. To be at war with yourself, not to understand like what I'm gonna do. I'm fighting myself to be what I want to do. The dude said, like, I just am who I am. I go from war to war. I go to war for war. Whatever war I go, wherever war I pull up at, I'm him. Regardless, because I don't change. Whereas you got the war inside of you. So you may pull up and start battling what it's not even the fight. It might not even be a war. And if it is a war, you can't win the war because the war is inside of you. So we got to win the war inside of us first and foremost, right? Before anything. Before anything, right? Right? Did anybody else pick up on that? Let me know. Let me know if you picked up on that. If you thought the war inside was a great thing. Say, yeah, I did. I did. I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool, right? Right? Now, the third time around, watch what the man say in the beginning when he first started breaking this stuff down. Watch how he break it down. Watch what he say. We go ahead and share my screen one more time. You have to go within and heal yourself. For sure. For sure. 100% we gotta go heal ourselves. Watch how this man break this down.
Because I'm a soldier, always a soldier. I go from one battlefield to another. That's what I do. It's what I am. But you're not like me. How'd you see that? First time I met you, I said to myself, this young man can do anything he wants. That's the biggest curse a man can have. Curse. I have no choice. I do what I am. But you business. Red body, dealer. All in. All wants to come on. I go from war to
He said, I am a soldier. He's talking in metaphor, right? Then he started talking about the battlefield. Then he went to the war, right? If you know anything about war, winning the war is the ultimate goal, right? So it's like I may not win every battle, but I'm a damn sure win the war. That's the mentality that one have to have. Even when we're having a war inside of ourselves. Like Taikisha said, you have to go within and heal yourself, right? Even in self, the reality is that we're not gonna win every battle with ourselves. Like sometimes we're gonna give in to our lust, to our addiction, to whatever it is, right? To our emotion, to our despair or hardship, or stinking thinking, right? We're not gonna win every single battle. But ultimately, we gotta ensure that we win in the war, whether it's internally or externally, right? So then we take away the excuses of this person did this to me, so I wasn't able to finish or start or do the thing that I was supposed to do because that thing happened to me externally, right? If we constantly win in the war inside, it's like, how can we lose? We can't lose. There's no way we can. Um, Now before I break this thing all the way down, is there anybody that want to come off mute for a second and let us know what they took from the video? Let us know how they feel about that. If that's you, raise your hand, right? That's you, raise your hand. All right, y'all. All right, nobody tired of hearing me talk. Sometimes people get it. Sometimes people raise their hand because they be tired of hearing me talk. But all right, we're gonna jump right into it, right? First of all, this is what I want y'all to understand. This is what I want you to understand about habit, because habit is very powerful, right? You do not rise to the level of your goals, right? You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. And this is the reason why when we goal set, we want to set the bar high. We have to set the bar high, right? And through our habits, anything that we're doing in between that height is what have us failing or succeeding. So you don't simply rise to the level of your goals, right? You can sit there and say, like, I'm gonna make $100,000 this month. Well, your habits, if you don't have a $100,000 month habit, you're not gonna get there. I don't care how much you want to do it. You'll never reach that, right? You have to change some of your habits. So everybody in this room, every single last one of us, we have a goal of some sort. Whether we choose to set it, whether it was set for us subconsciously, whether it was developed through habits, right? Or something that we said that we want, something that we think that we need, right? We all have a goal. And some of y'all have been carrying this goal or been having this goal 2 weeks, 2 months, maybe 3 years, right? And you believe in it. Why? Because you made that decision. And we know a thing about decision, right? You even executed on it once or twice. You even executed on it once, maybe twice. Some of us maybe even 3 times, right? But the goal is still sitting there. How could that be? Like, how exactly can that be? And you know why? It's because a goal tells you where you want to go. A habit is what actually takes you there day after day, whether you feel like it or not, right? And that's why I said, like, motivation, it's what gets you started. Motivation can get you started. That's why it's not enough, because habit is what's keep you going when the motivation is going to run out. And that's why we work on mindset. And the motivation, I'm gonna tell you, I promise you, I guarantee you, it always runs out, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Some people are superhuman. So if you motivated like all the time, if you always motivated, put me in the chat. Like, man, I stay motivated. My motivation will never run out. Put me in the chat. Let me know if you're different, right? I don't want to start lying on nobody. I don't want to start lying on nobody. But if you can relate, if you can resonate, if you like, yeah, sometimes I'm not motivated, or sometimes I'm motivated more than others, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat, right? But when the motivation runs out, what's left? What's left? What's left when it does? What's left when it runs out? Deontay said, yup. Dominique said, yup, I get it. When the motivation runs out, what's left? What's left is your system. We have to build a system. So the system is your habit because your habits are on autopilot, right? You get to doing things, you're used to doing things every single day. You're doing this, you're doing that every single day. That becomes your system, right? Your system by default becomes automated. Like we love that word automation when it comes to business and stuff like that, right? But think about it in your person, your real life, your physical. Your habits is your actual system, right? Systems keep you and your peace protected 100%. 100%, especially when you got a good system and it's working well, right? That's like getting in your car every morning and you know that thing gonna start up and gonna get you where you need to go, right? What if you had to juggle with, battle with, like, damn, is my car gonna start today? Am I gonna have some problems? Am I gonna have an issue? Or this thing, that phone thing that we love, right? Am I gonna is my signal gonna work today? What if Wi-Fi wasn't as strong? Like sometimes it was on, sometimes it wasn't. Like how frustrated would you be, right? But when our system is good and our system is placed, it makes life easy for us, right? So we got to think of our habits as a system. We got to systemize our habits. Somebody drop habit in the chat. Drop habit in everybody put habit in the chat, right? Because I want us to carry this through us with us throughout the day, throughout the week. I want us to understand our habit, and start recognizing, identifying the things that are habitual for us. When it's like, why did I do that? Oh, it's a habit of mine. It's a habit of mine, right? Because one time, once earlier in the week, I talked about like how sometimes we spend money on the things that we don't even care to have. We'll go to the store, we'll be in the store, we end up buying something that we didn't even come to the store for. Why did we do that? Because we did it before, and we did it before, and we did it before. Now it's a habit, right? Right? Like, put me in a chat if you ever been in a store. You might got a little money. Some of us be on the budget. We go in there like, no, we gonna get what we came to get. I got my list. I'm gonna stick to the list. But sometimes we go to the store. If this is ever you've ever done this, put me in the chat. You go to the store, you buying things, you get your stuff. Before you get to the register, on your way to the register, like you just looking around like what else you can add to the cart, right? Like what else can you grab? What else jump out to you? Or if you get to the line and you looking at the little stuff at the end of the line, like I'm almost and some of us get to there and we almost ready to pay, and you still feel like, damn, what else could I add, right? Mm, Tatisha said me. Takisha said me, right? Oh, nobody do that? Oh, we nobody do that? Nobody else do that? Call me crazy. I mean, I'll be doing that sometime. I'll be doing that sometime. I'll be doing that sometime, right? She said, yeah, LOL, I do. I know that's right. Right? That's the thing. It become a habit. It become a habit. Become a habit. Now, your habits are the identity that made you that you make automatic, right? Every rep is a vote for who you are becoming. So this one kind of ties back to week one when we said that mindset is an identity shift. Um, in that first video, the dude James Clear, when he was talking about that book, The Habits, that's an identity shift too. So every time that you show up to this call at 6 a.m., for some of us it may be 9 a.m., depending on where you are, right? You cast a vote. Every time that you journal, you write down, you casting a vote. Every single time that you choose growth over comfort, it's a vote. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be with it. You just need to win the majority of your votes. It's that simple. Like you're not trying to be the person who reads every single night. I get that. Some of us don't read it all. Like you cast it, as long as you casting enough votes, that eventually you'll become a reader. Like if you choose to read, eventually you'll be able to do that. So the habit is the vote. If you stack enough votes and the identity will lock it in, right? You got to vote for you. You got to vote for you. So that's why I say put the word habit in the chat and be mindful of the habits that you're making because like when you recognize what you're doing, it's like, okay, that's a habit. No, that's a bad habit. You got to vote. Was that a good habit or was that a bad habit? Right? Wanda said discipline habits help us produce the results we want. Gotta be disciplined. Gotta be disciplined. I love that one, right? Gotta be disciplined. And also, what I want to point out is that you got to start smaller than you actually think. Like the habits, they matter more than the size, right? Because it be the little things, it be the smallest things that we can easily overlook. Like, that wasn't so bad. We get to justifying those things, right? And it's problematic whether it's good or if it's bad. It really wasn't that good. If you don't give yourself credit where credit is due, and you don't recognize that though that was great, you're less likely to repeat that, right? It wasn't no big deal. And most people they fell out the habits because they lack the discipline, which is what Juan is speaking on, right? People lack discipline. And that's because oftentimes we start too big. We start way too big. When we get fed up and we want change in our life, sometimes we bite off more than we can chew. We want too big, right? Let's just say we want to get back in shape. We get to the gym. We ain't been to the gym and I don't know how long. You decide to go work out every day for an hour, right? 3 days in, life happens. You miss one. You feel like a failure and you quit. It's not a discipline problem though. That's a design problem. A 2 minute habit that you actually do is gonna beat a 2 hour habit that you keep skipping every single time. And that's why I tell people that they want to diet, they want to lose weight, and it's, oh, what's the best diet? What's the best diet? The best diet, it doesn't matter if it's Mediterranean diet or you pescatarian, you want to eat only fish, or you want to eat leafy greens and all that stuff. Like if you know you hate leafy greens, right? Why would you go on a leafy green diet? Like you torturing yourself, right? The best diet is the one that you keep, the one that worked for you, the one that worked for you. Otherwise, you're gonna be like what the gentleman said. Yeah, you got the war inside. You got the war inside of you. You're gonna keep battling yourself, right? We want to avoid that. And for those who like continue to show up here, like showing up on this car every single morning, that's a 2 minute decision with a 45-minute compound, right? The showing up is the habit part. The growth is the compound. It starts so small that you can't even say no. Then you let it grow naturally, right? It's like I'm here. I'm present. Let me participate. Let me be active, right? That makes sense? That makes sense? If I'm making sense, let me know it's making sense in the chat, please. Let me know it's making sense in the chat. It's always good to reward yourself for the small things you do. Bingo. Bingo. I love that. I love that. Takesha on point today. You know what, man? I need to start giving out some recognitions and rewards. Because when people be on point like that, and they on like that, man, I feel like they deserve an award. Like for sure, for sure. Makes sense. Want to say it makes sense. All right, cool. It makes sense. Now, think about this, y'all. Think about this, y'all. Some of us been here every single week, right? Some of us we just started. Some of us might be your first time, second time, or whatever the case may be. But the reality is that we went through a whole major, like a major overhaul, and we knocking down layers like every single week. Every single week, we have a strong concept that we build upon, and then we added to it, and eventually it's gonna all come together where it's like unrecognizable the person that I was before, simply because I came to a Monday morning mindset. I embodied that mindset. I carried it all the way throughout the week. And every single week, I continue to get better. To at the end of the year, I'm 52 times better. Not 37 like the man said. Like I'm 52 times better than I actually was, right? So when it started, we talked about adversity, and that's what really built you. And then the belief. A was adversity. B was belief, and that's what drove you. The choice that you made is what activated you. And then your decision, it focused you, right? I'm not going back. I'm focused. I made a decision. Execution was E, and it moved you. Your filter was F was for your filter, which protected you. G was for growth. You were able to prove it, right? And when you're able to prove the things that you're able to do, you begin to make more good habits. And now H is for habits. Habits make sure that you don't have to start over next Monday, right? This system runs like this is our system. You just have to simply protect it. And I always say this, and I'm gonna keep saying it till y'all get tired of hearing me. Y'all understand it. Like, man, I made a choice No, I made a decision, right? I set a standard for myself. I said every single Monday, no matter how I feel, I'm going to show up and I'm going to run this call. No matter how many people are on the call, right? If it's one person, if it's no person. And I dare not say no person because I know for sure y'all showing up, right? My people showing up. But that's the type of mentality I have set for myself, right? That's the mindset that I have to embody, right? I have to set a standard. In life, we have to go ahead and set standards. Just like we had to set boundaries, we have to set a standard that this is what I'm on no matter what. And I don't waver on that. I don't waver on that. So we got to protect that just like we protect our energy, family, right? And this room is always good. We come in here, we greet each other, we say hello, we show up for each other, we go out, we execute on the week, and then we go ahead and stay tapped in, tuned in with each other. Um, for those of us who are in the Telegram group with each other, that's like our quick conversation, quick check-ins and things of that nature. So for those who are not currently inside of the Telegram, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna drop that link inside of the chat in hopes that y'all pull up, congregate with us, continue to grow with us. And for those who, for whatever reason, let's just say you don't have Telegram, you don't like Telegram, you don't use Telegram, that's fine too. We got a VIP community that you all can join as well. And that link right there is in the chat too. And then the last link I'm gonna share for y'all is that I got a few different autoresponders that I use that I send out these reminders. So if you got that simply because you was in one of those autoresponders, not necessarily because you signed up for the Monday morning mindset call per se, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the link for the mindset calls in general so that you ensure that you continue to get these reminders so that you continue to pull up with us and you continue to build with us and grow with us throughout this mindset movement. And with that being said, those are the links, family. Stay close. Stay close. Now, before I go, one of the things that I love to do, what I always love to do in all my classes that I teach, I love to give an assignment, whether it's 24 to 48 hours, whether it's throughout the week, whatever it is. I always give an execution plan, right? And for those of you who had something on your mind today, but you just didn't share, because I understand this morning, sometimes we are still next to our partner, they sleep, and sometimes we can't talk. Sometimes you know what I mean? We're in a situation. So I want you, whenever you get a chance, just to write that thing down, right? Whatever it is, just the short version, the 2 minute version, right? That's the one quick challenge, just whatever it is. And let the community be your accountability, right? We're going to continue to cast these votes every single Monday morning. Um, as far as an overall challenge, I want you to just pick one habit. Just one habit, y'all. Pick one habit and make it so small that you can't say no. You can't say no. 2 minutes and just do it every day. Don't miss a day. And when you show up next Monday, if you really like that, if you don't mind sharing, share that report with us. Just let us know. Like, man, look, last week we talked about habit. And I decided to develop a new habit. One of the things that I do every single day now is X, Y, Z, right? Because I want to know if you voted for the person that you said you were actually becoming, y'all. And what I would do is I would give you some insight on how to best develop a good habit or a new habit is when we do the things that we already habitually do, right? Like, for example, brush our teeth in the morning. We don't really think about it, right? It's just habit. Like I get up, I go wash my face, brush my teeth. All those things are habit, right? So if you want to start something new and you attach it to something like that, and you say, you know what? After I brush my teeth, I'm going to maybe read a sentence or two, right? I ain't read it in a long time, or I don't really read much as I can. I don't have time. The day be, well, whatever. We got time to brush our teeth, wash our face, do all those things, right? So for sure, you got a time to just take a minute, 2 minutes to read something or to write something down. Every single morning when I get up, it's good for you to drink some water. You know, keep some water next to you, keep some water close to you. So you get up, let that be like the first thing that you do. Drink some water. Like, man, you know what I did every single morning this week? What I did was the first thing I did, I drank me some water before I grabbed my phone, before I did any of those other things. I drank some water. Or every single day when I wake up, I know I usually grab my phone, see what's going on, any notifications I missed and everything like that. Before I do that, I just think about how grateful I am that I made it to see another day, right? We hear those things, but we don't do those things all the time, right? When I say we, I mean me. I'm not talking about y'all, right? Don't let me put that on y'all, right? You know, we don't always consider those things, right? We take it for granted. Like when we go to bed, none of us go to bed thinking I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow, right? We go to bed feeling like, yeah, tomorrow, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. We got our whole week, month, all that planned out already, right? But it's not a given. We take those things for granted. So I just want y'all to pick one habit that you can do, right? Is that fair? If that's fair, let me know. Put a one in the chat if you able to just pick one habit, right? Don't have to be nothing big, nothing crazy, right? I'm not telling you change your life, right? I'm not saying you need to change your life, right? I write on an index card what I am grateful for every day I wake up and start. Wow, that's big. That's big. That's big. Every single day. That's big. Monique said one, Marcus said one. All right, cool, cool. We got some people that's locked in. We got some people that's gonna do that, right? All right, cool. So if anybody else have nothing to share, we're gonna go ahead and get this day started. But we are 9 weeks in, family. When it comes to this mindset calls, we're 9 weeks in. 9 Monday mornings. Y'all are the habit. Showing up every week is the vote. Keep casting it. Keep casting your vote. I'll see y'all right back here next Monday morning at the same time, same location. Pull up. See y'all. I hope that y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. And go ahead and drop in that Telegram group if you will what you plan to do. Or if you don't know yet, when you develop it, come back and let us know. Like, you know what? This is what I plan to do because you doing that, it might help somebody else figure out what it is that they should be doing to head them in the right direction, right? To develop a good habit. So it'd be great for you to do that, right? Having said that, man, I hope that y'all have a beautiful day, but not just today, y'all carry this energy throughout the entire week, right? Again, I really want to impress upon you guys. Think about this every single day, multiple times throughout the day. It's that word, y'all. Drop it in the chat before you go. On the way out, put habit in the chat. Habit in the chat. What are our habits? We don't think about our habits every day. We just do them. So some of the times we forget that we even have those. So we have to think about our habits. I appreciate you too. Yes, it was amazing mindset call. We all make the call amazing, especially when we active and we doing the things that we're supposed to be doing and we're engaged and we're growing, y'all. When we're growing, right? It's contagious. Growth is contagious. We see one person growing, we get next to that person, we all growing, right? And we grow better when when we grow together, right? Keep driving that habit in the chat, my guy. Glenn, hey, I see you, man. Shout out to you. Drive safely, man. Drive safely. You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate you for pulling up. No pun intended. I know you're driving. But thanks for pulling up. My guy Deontay Habit. Yes, sir. My guy got good habits. He be working. He be putting that work in for sure. For sure, for sure. All right, family. Peace and blessings. Have a beautiful one. Have a beautiful one. My guy Marcus Habit. Stay locked in on those habits. Yeah, have a good one. Yeah, be looking in the Telegram chat or inside of the VIP community. I got some major groundbreaking updates for us. I got some opportunities for us all to continue that growth. I feel like it's going to be a very, very good week, an amazing week, right? And everybody else should feel like that too, because it is. Peace, love, and beautiful energy. Thank you. Appreciate that energy all the way through and through. All right, y'all. Y'all have a best day. Peace out, family.